What up, G's? It's your boy, Prophet74, and today we got the K95 Platinum. It's a Corsair, of course. It's a keyboard, but the only reason I got it was for one thing only. I'm gonna let you guys know. This keyboard looks pretty good in writing, but we're gonna actually take a look at it and see how well it runs, and we're also gonna do the software part of it. But first of all, let's unbox it, see what you get first. Very heavy. I'm talking about it's like more than a pound, to be honest with you. It's pretty hefty duty. I was looking at this sucker for quite a while, but the price is way too expensive. See what we get. First of all, nice box, you know, Corsair. If you guys see the Corsair, this is the best part of it. Now, it's not wireless off the bat. Just to let you guys know, it's not wireless. They give you these big old extension cables, these USB. You see that? Crazy USBs. Two of them, not one, two. One will be partly for the power for the RGB lighting, and the other one would be for the actual keyboard. So it's pretty much what it does. It powers it over it. So let's go ahead and unblock these things. This box is empty. There's nothing in there. Let's see what else you get in here. They give you too much things for just the keyboard, you know. I mean, they whoa, I like this. This is a plus. Check it out, man. They give you actual keys, mechanical keys that you could take off, but they're not metal. Fortunately, they're not metal, but they're extra keys that you could change them. And this is for more of the gamers, on the PC gamers. You know, you got your W, your Q, your R, your E, your F, and your D, of course. That's pretty much. And then they give you extra keys on this side, which is S, D, A, W. And they actually give you one of these. It's a little tool to pick them out, you know, to take the keyboards out. So it's not bad. We'll probably do that today and change out some keyboards, but I'm gonna keep as is for now. This is a plus. I didn't even know they were gonna give you that, but this is a crazy plus. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on the side. This one comes out with the actual rest, the hand rest. So this is something that I actually don't need. I kind of get rid of mine, the old one, much, but it actually contains a lot of heavy weight on it. And of course, it has this little plastic you get to remove. Let's go ahead and do that right now. And the way you do it, oh, actually, this is pretty cool. Look at this. It's a magnetic strip. That's pretty awesome. So we're gonna actually see if I can get some nails and do a little cut here. And then this is pretty cool. I'm gonna keep it as it is for now, and then we'll take it apart later. Let's go ahead and unlock this beast here. Check out the keys. All right, the keys are really nice and neat. I mean, this is metal. This is actually metal or aluminum. I like this. The audio controller. This is the reason I got it. I like this stuff because I listen to a lot of music. These are not buttons. They're just there. And this is actually a mute button. Stop, back, forwards, and play and pause and forward in the next music. And we're gonna bring the mic in. Let's bring the mic a little closer. So I'm gonna type away. So this is gonna be pretty loud. This is gonna be pretty loud when you're playing. I mean, this is pretty awesome. I like this stuff. I mean, but they do get a little loud. Now, on top of it, I'm gonna show you some crazy stuff. This is an awesome little feature. See these little command keys? You can actually program for different things. In the game, you can actually program for certain things. Also, if you have a Elgato Stream Deck, you could actually use this as the Elgato Stream Deck. And the Elgato Stream Deck has these buttons attached to it, so it coordinates with them and it kind of works together with them, which is not that bad, you know. We're gonna go ahead and try this sucker out and see how well it works. But the keys, these keys are totally different from these keys. These are more plastic. These are more heavier keys. And let me see if I could take one off in here. There we go. And these are actually plastic. They feel like metal, but they're plastic keys, so it's not that bad. And like I said, all these keys are replaceable. They make a mechanical replaceable, easy to purchase, easy to replace. Not only that, you can even 3D print your keys. I mean, it's crazy. I seen this one guy that had all these different keys. He was a dungeon master, I guess, and he played Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. He had mountains, he had dragons, he had coins. Some people go crazy on their keyboards. Not only that, they replace them with full metal keys, like I did in one of my episodes that I did. I actually replaced my keys, my W, A, D, and Z, I believe it is. I replaced those keys to metal keys. And I think I'm gonna put those metal keys back in here because I like the heavy duty metal keys. I'm actually pretty hard on these devices, so we're gonna test it out for a couple weeks and see how well it works. But this sucker is it has some weight. It has some weight, and in the back of it, if you guys can see, there's cross connections too. Also, if you have cables for the mouse, or you're gonna actually cross the mouse over or something, you could, you know, cable management. It has a little kickstand here, and they're not that big. I mean, they're like maybe less than a half an inch actually, so it's not that bad. Rubber stands in case you don't need the actual mounts. You can just leave them like that. These are made of rubber, so they could actually get some grip on any surface that you have. And regarding surface, it's not bad. I'm moving it around and it's pretty strong. This device here in the back, you can just slide it in there and clip it in there and have it as one way, or take it out, your call. And it's very simple. There's two little clips on it, if you guys see it in the back, and you can just slide it in and find the actual corners, which are here. If you guys can see it, let me see it right here, and this ends, you could put it in here and just slide it in there. There's a lot of functions on this keyboard. We're going to talk a little bit about the functions. We're going to go over the software itself, and hopefully you guys enjoy what you guys see and let me know what you guys think about it. So let's go ahead and move with the software, see what you can do this, and plug this sucker in. All right, if you're not familiar with the software, if you don't have a CD or anything, it doesn't come with CD or anything. You actually have to go to the Corsair website, go to support. Under support, look for the keyboard, and right here, if you guys can see, we download the keyboard. And you do need this IQ. is basically is their form for other applications that respond to any other hardware that they currently have. So go ahead and install it. Let's go ahead and run it. Let's start installing all this stuff in here, and the application, the drivers that it takes to run these things. It takes a lot of, it runs in the background. That's one thing I don't like about the application. It constantly runs and it constantly updates itself. It tells you, hey, there's new firmware, and in the middle of nowhere it just pops out. And sometimes if you're in the middle of a game, it's gonna ask you to probably start your process of installing the application. So here we are, we're gonna go ahead and install the application, and I'm gonna show you a side-by-side comparison to all the stuff. So right now, if you guys notice, I just started and it automatically starts booting up. When you boot up your computer, you're gonna see all these things popping up. All right, so right now we're gonna go with we have the mouse. I'm actually using the mouse, if you guys can see it. It's the actual mouse that you see in there. And now we're gonna do a platinum here. We're gonna go in here, and I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison to see the lighting on all the RGB lighting on the keyboards, to see if it matches this. So let's go ahead and do that. If you guys see here, it's pretty much telling you exactly how we're gonna light it up. We're gonna bring it a little closer so you guys can see, and pretty much is matching what you see on the screen. It's flowing like a little rainbow. Right now I have too much lighting here, but I just want you to understand that we could change this around. All the keyboards, all the keys here are interchangeable with different things to do. We're gonna go ahead and do the action part, and here on this action part, install an Elgato Stream Deck software. So we have to install the Stream Deck and the software. I don't want to do that now, but I'm gonna just give you guys a little demo what you can do on the next one. So let's go ahead and skip the actions for now. We're gonna go into the lighting effect. On the lighting effect right now, we're gonna change it to, right now it's clockwise. We're gonna change it to maybe counterclockwise. It's simple. Now it goes the opposite. If you guys can see, it's matching the actual animation. We're gonna go back and place it back in there. We're gonna do a different profile. So let's go ahead. We'll do a different profile in here, and they have so many of them. If you guys can see them, rainbow wave. Let's see, rainbow. Yeah, it's okay, you know. Next one, color shift. Yeah, it's green right now. It's shifting to different colors. Color pulse. It just turns off and on slowly. Not too a fan of it. Color wave. Color wave's okay, you know. Let's try different ones. Let's just go down the line here. This is crazy. This is like Knight Rider here. Rain. Look at the rain. Oh, I like that one. It reminds me of the Matrix on this one. This is a pretty cool color. And I'm matching it up right now with the animation, if you guys could see that with what I'm actually doing. And like I said, you could actually change the colors. If you don't like the pulse colors to be red or something like that, you can manipulate them. You could change the timing, the spacing between them. This is actually just one solid color that were a static color. Solid colors, here's some, you could change it to different colors if you want. Red, let's change it to red. And if you notice, where is red? There we go. We're in black, so let's go back to yellow, put it in here, and we're gonna skip solid. This is based on solid. Let's see another one. And then people submit some other ones too, that creators create different ones. I'm not very too fan of creating my own, to be honest with you. There's really nothing fancy I could do. Unless you could letter everything up to like advertisement, that would be pretty cool. But right now at this moment, you can't really do that much on that. I'm pretty sure somebody very creative out there has the knowledge of doing those kind of changes. But for now, we're just going all through all the visuals, and you can manipulate everything, like I said, speed. And they have quite a few. I mean, it repeats itself. Spiral Rainbow, this is pretty much where we were at the beginning. And it's okay, you know, you can change it to whatever you want on that. Performance, we're going to check out the performance. Changing the color on certain tabs, certain things. You could actually change the colors on these things here. So it could be like a certain function. I like the one that you actually click and everything turns on. There is a function. But the action key here is where you actually add your key functions to work with your side buttons. If you guys see the side buttons here, you could program these. So if you're filming and you want to go camera 1, you click on 1, you G2, G3, you know, whatever camera you want, and it works with the Stream Deck too. You can actually have a Stream Deck to do. This is pretty much almost similar to a Stream Deck, and there's a lot of videos out there that go out there that exactly show you how this works. And today we're just opening box, talking a little bit about the items, and I like this. This is pretty cool. I like that they give you an extra USB. This is a plus, so I do like that part of it. All right, we're gonna do a little test here just to demonstrate that you don't need the Stream Deck. You actually skip that and just do it manually. So right now you could record settings. You could set up different clicks, different functions. So right now we're just gonna do a start. We're gonna add a function in here on one of them. So we're gonna add some sound effects on here. We add that one. We add that one into G, and it's not gonna be a macro. We're gonna change it from macro to, yeah, we'll do a macro. We'll do a sound effect for now. So we'll pick a sound effect, and the sound effects, this is how it's gonna sound. That's pretty much how it's gonna sound. So if I hit that, I'm hitting the, we're gonna add another function. We're gonna do another one plus, and we're gonna do the second one here right underneath of it. And on that one in particular, we are going to do another sound effect. So we'll do another sound effect. And these are just things you can do. And we're going to test it out. Test the sound. So we got one. And then this one is, that's deny. And then this one's what? This is G1. This has to be G3. So we put G3. And there we go. So when you're playing, you can play animations, you could do macros, you could do function keys, you could, and the game itself, you could remap it to a key if you want. So say you're playing, we're going to program number 5 here on the bottom, right? If you guys see it on the bottom, we're going to program 5 for G. We're going to put a shortcut for G, because G is pretty much over on this side, but we could do health or anything on any game, and you could just, it's simple by hitting the plus button. And we hit the plus button right now. You could just click on here, and once you click on it, you could go into settings in here, and then you could click on a G. So we're gonna type in G for now, a G function. So we're gonna, not G, but you just click on here, and pretty much that's it. So we're gonna open something that you could open up so I could type in G with that function key. So we're gonna test it out. We're gonna click my mouse here. G, 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 G. That's pretty much, I remapped this whole thing. It's very simple. Now with Stream Deck, you could actually change your cameras. You could change views. You could change animations. You could mute things. You could do other stuff, and it's very simple to program these things. You're just gonna have to sit down and understand some of the stuff, some of the functions. It's not one day that you're gonna learn this thing, and you're gonna have to sit down and maybe, not only that, they do have a lot of macros that you could download. There's these creators that create all these functions for these things. I mean, they mute either your speakers, your mic, your left, your right. You know, there's all these different macros that people create, and it's very good functions. I mean, if you're a streamer, this is a great keyboard to have. Also, you have your volume control here on the right. If you guys see it, I like this. This is a nice little heavy duty metal, made of metal, and overall, I'm super happy with this. I mean, so far this keyboard, I pretty much does the same thing that other keyboards do, but actually it has more functions, especially with the function keys. So if you guys like what you guys see, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe. And just to let you guys know, 90% of my viewers on the show are not subscribers, and unfortunately that's not helping the show out. If you guys could hit a like and subscribe, it'll help the show grow. And if you guys want to see more products like this, hit me up. I'm your host, Prophet74, and we are out.